you are new around here, hello, it is lovely to meet you, and if you're returning, thank you very fucking much for coming back. My name is Alana, I'm a 35-year-old lady living in Scotland, and that's where the accent is from. And on this channel we predominantly talk all things beauty, skincare, hair care, makeup, lifestyle, travelly, bloggery bullshit with this liberal sprinkling, almost fucking fucked it up there, didn't I? A liberal sprinkling of sarcasm and cynicism thrown in on top. So if that sounds like your kind of thing, there's a subscription button in the corner, give the video a little thumbs up and all that kind of stuff. It really helps on the YouTubes. I don't know if it really does, but we're gonna say it anyway. And today's video is gonna be a long-awaited stunning shite, or should I pass? I have not done one of these in a long time. I don't actually think I've done a stunning shite, or should I pass, since before Jack was born. I think the last one I done, I was pregnant, it was very fiery. I'm going to stick it up here if you want to see it. And I was talking about the makeup brushes that Jamie Genevieve had brought out and how crazily priced they were. So as a little prelude to the start of this video, just a little word of warning. This video is purely my own opinion and you do not have to agree with that opinion. It is just a little bit of fun, just a little giggle at the new releases that are coming out within makeup and skincare, hair care, all that other kind of shite. And basically, the last time I done one of these videos, somebody took great umbrage to the fact that I was like, okay, Jamie Genevieve's lost her mind, these are far too expensive, who the fuck is buying these? And they told me how I had no idea about brushes, I had no idea about quality, I had clearly no idea about what good quality makeup was. Whereas if they'd actually hung around to watch my videos, they would know that I am a huge fan of Vive, that I really love Jamie Genevieve and I think she's fucking fantastic. But here's the thing, parasocial relationships, you know that thing that you have with people where you maybe watch them on YouTube and you think they're the bee's knees, but they don't even know you exist? That is a thing, people, and the same goes for makeup brands. They don't give a shit about you, so why do we have to give a shit about them? So if I am saying anything that you don't agree with here, maybe I'm talking about a product that you're really interested in, or a product that you've already bought and you're thinking, oh god, why is she saying that looks like shit? Please don't take it to heart. It is just a bit of fun, and I totally appreciate that we're all going to have different tastes and likes in makeup and skincare. Don't take it to heart. Just don't take it to heart. So let's just jump into this. So today we are looking somewhat like Wednesday Addams had a fight with the roommate in her show, you know, the colourful one. Just was messing about makeup today and I thought, why not just film a stunning shite, or should I pass? Why not? Grab yourself a tea, a coffee, a cuppa, whatever the fuck you like. Is there lipstick on the other side of this mug? Yeah, I think there is. I haven't washed this mug all day and I've had 4 coffees out of it. You'll be glad to know though that I've also had 5 glasses of water. Alright, so if you are new around here and you haven't seen these styles of videos before, it's basically a would I buy it type of video. What is coming out, new releases of makeup. So I am going to go and look on Instagram on all of the kind of makeup release pages. You know, you've got Trend Mood, you've got like the indie ones, all that kind of other stuff, right? Very good, very good. So I will link all those Instagram pages down below wherever I may find them. And I'm going to put pictures here and we're going to just have a little chat about them. Alright, so this is actually some news from last week, I want to say, by the time you see this. This was well talked about already. So if I'm repeating some stuff, I apologise. Just want to put my 2 cents in. So this is from Lancome and essentially L'Oreal, isn't it? Is it them? Yeah. And it is their kind of lipstick aid, I would say that. What do they actually call it? Hold on. AI-powered motion stabilising device. That is what it's called. The Hapta. And it's basically for use with L'Oreal Prestige Lancome brand. I have to say, I think this is definitely something in the right direction. I think this is really nice. Thinking about people who do have motor skill problems. I remember ages ago, remember when Rare Beauty launched and everybody was talking about the round tops and everybody was like, it's to help with this. And then Selena Gomez came out and she was like, that wasn't really a thought in my mind. So obviously it has been an issue and it has been a problem for years now that there are people who don't have the dexterity and they are able to do it themselves, and this is something in the right direction. So I actually really appreciate this. I not personally appreciate it because I have my dexterity still, but I can sympathise with people who may need to use a product like this, and I think it is a really good move. What I will say is though, ridiculously overpriced. Okay, hear me out here, not overpriced, but it's a little bit like all technology. So when, you know, the first ever iPad came out, not even an iPad because they're still very expensive, tablets, you know, like tablets, first ever tablets came out, they cost hundreds and hundreds of pounds. Whereas now you can probably jump onto Amazon and get yourself an Amazon Fire tablet or whatever it is for about 30 quid. You can get like cheaper ones now. And I think that's the same thing with all kinds of technology. And unfortunately at the moment this is going to be super duper expensive and not very accessible to many people. If there are people out there who, there might be people out there with mobility problems and issues with their hands and dexterity who have loads of money and can still buy this. But I think the majority of people who are just Joe Blogs in the street who also have mobility and disability issues probably aren't going to be the most lavish people in the world and the most affluent people in the world. So I feel like although they are looking in the right direction, this needs to be watered down way more, way more. And I understand like this technology is probably going to be better than some sort of fucking one that Revolution's going to run out in a minute and try to copy, but you know that maybe 5-6 years from now these are going to be available at around about the £50 mark, and the technology in them then is going to be even better than the one that is out there now. So I look forward to seeing that day, because at the moment I do feel this is a little unattainable and unreachable, unfortunately, but with good thought behind it. With second to that, the very next thing on Trend Mood was obviously this one, also from L'Oreal, and this was the brow one. So this one I found quite interesting because I feel like it looks okay, but I'm kind of like, how does it work with regards to, like, for instance, my mum has no brows. She went and ended up getting microblading done. So what happens then? And also, I have very full brows, like very dark brows. What would it do to them? I'm just interested. Bespoke brows in seconds. I just kind of wonder, what's it gonna do? This one really, like the lipstick one, fair enough, it's gonna put your lipstick on. This one, interesting, very interesting. Anyway, alright, so this is a slightly strange, is this two different products? Oh yeah, it is. Okay, so one's from Urban Decay and one is from NARS. It is that time of year where people are celebrating like Chinese New Year or Lunar New Year, and I have to say, I see this, like, I'm sure Charlotte Tilbury's got something out as well. Like, I'm sick of this. Not from the point of it being Lunar New Year, I think that's very important, but I feel like this is becoming a cash grab for brands, because they basically just do the same thing every year, put it in red and gold packaging, and it might be, like, this is a classic from NARS, as I was saying. Put it in red and gold packaging and it's the same product, it's just their light reflecting powder, so okay. And the Urban Decay one is all nighter setting spray, isn't it? The palette is different, the palette has new shades in it. Do I think it's anything particularly wow, spectacular? No, I think this is an easy marketing ploy for brands to be like, oh, we need to include this part of our audience, and for this reason we'll just put this out and we'll just, like, it's quick. It's quick to get out. We'll put some red colours in a pan, we'll put some gold in a pan, blah, on you go. I feel like, is it Clinique that usually releases the highlighters with the shapes of the animals, depending on what kind of year it is. And I think this year is Year of the Rabbit as well. Does that mean it's my year? Am I a rabbit? I think I might be a rabbit. Let me check. So this is the thing. I thought it was Year of the Rabbit because 1987 is in Year of the Rabbit, but my birthday is on January the 20th and the year starts on January the 22nd. So I must be the one before it. What is that? Tiger. Tiger last year, is that right? Oh, a tiger. Oh, that's quite good. I quite like that actually. Yeah, I'm into that. Okay, I'll say that. First of all, I was kind of like, oh god, to see if I'm like a rat or something like that, a snake or something. I don't really want to be those things, but tiger, I'll take that, that's fine. Yeah, but Clinique used to do like the little ones with the pans and it had like the animal on it. I kind of get that. I'm like, okay, like they're doing something a little bit more. Shite, we'll move on. Next item, please. So we have here, what is this from Trixie Cosmetics? It's like a TV palette. I think it's, again, trying to be that kind of 90s vibe, kind of. It doesn't speak to me hugely. I think as a blue palette goes, it looks okay. I feel like this has a little bit too many aqua blues in it. I would love to have a palette that's full of more purpley, blurply royal blues rather than the aqua and the mermaid type blues. So for me, this is probably a no. If you're a fan of Trixie Mattel, then maybe it would be right up your street. I personally am going to pass on this one. I think it's a should pass, so that's that. Next up is a Valentine's Day collection from Glam. I have never tried anything from Glam purely because it's from Shein and just not really into that kind of thing. It looks quite nice though, looks quite kind of pretty. There seems to be matte kind of clay lipsticks, is that right? Am I just making that up? Liquid mousse lipstick. moisturising primer, long wearing pressed powder, a gloss set and a powder blush. It looks quite pretty. I probably won't be buying this. It's just something that's not really on my radar that I want to try. So it's also probably a should I pass. Not really into it. Oh Jesus Christ. Oh my goodness. Benefit, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you doing this? Like, okay, so this isn't Asia. This isn't necessarily here. So maybe they're just looking for a new market. But they are releasing some of their well-known products with villains and princesses on it from Disney. Need I say more? I think we all know how I feel about this kind of shite. I cannot fucking stand it and I hate the idea of it. I presume it's because there's a market for it there in Asia at the moment. Me, personally, I'm like, get out my fucking face, just give me it in the normal packaging. I don't need this in my life. Thank you. Bye-bye. Shite. Move on. Alright, so next up is Maybelline Tattoo Brow. Okay, I'm listening. There's part of me that's like, I probably wouldn't try this because for the simple reason, as you know, I already have very, very dark brows. This is very interesting though because it says that it lasts for 36 hours. That is a long time. A long time. I wonder why anybody would need their brows to last that long. But then I suppose if you're someone who's like, do you know what? I'm going away for a trip, I don't want to have to be doing my brows every day, this is going to last me for the weekend, then maybe, you know. It also says it will leave, semi-permanent, brow gel will leave your eyebrows looking naturally full for up to 3 days. 3 days? 3 days isn't 36 hours. 3 days is 72 hours, no? Right, that's what it says on Trend Mood. I don't know what it says on Maybelline, but 3 days is definitely 72 hours. So it would be interesting to see what this actually does and how long it actually lasts. Will I buy it to try it? To see if it works? Oh, I bet you'd be one of those things that I would see in the shop and be like, oh, I need to pick it up just out of fucking nosiness. Do I need it though? Absolutely not. So I'm gonna say, should I pass? I don't think it's a terrible idea, but I would love to try it and see if it actually just works. Ugh. Makeup Revolution are releasing something else. It's fucking Disney. This is my point. Like, Benefit and Makeup Revolution, like two not totally different brands, but you get my point. They're not affiliated with each other, and they're both releasing Disney for Valentine's or whatever the fuck. Why is this one even being released? I don't know. Why do we need Minnie Mouse on a palette? We don't need Minnie Mouse on a palette. We could just have a nice pink palette. It doesn't need to be Minnie Mouse. I'm so bored of it. Get it out my fucking face. Tatty bye. And next up, I told you, I fucking knew this was happening. Glossier is coming into Sephora. Now, just as a side note to that, Glossier have just like been promoting and marketing their new deodorant. I think it launches on the 17th, which is tomorrow as I film this. So, here's my thing, right? Glossier, I love you. Glossier You, the fragrance, fucking fantastic. Love it. But all of the marketing surrounding the release of this deodorant, I am like, oh, it's giving me the ick. I'm not into it at all. Basically, I've seen them answering questions from fans as well, from followers, and actually one of the followers straight up said to them, like, why are you buying into all this clean marketing crap? Now, there's two ways I can think about this. One is, as the kind of cynical bastard that I am, I was also like, well, that's a great question, because I would like to fucking know that too. But I have a friend, and basically she has a reaction to aluminum, if you're in other places. Aluminium, right? And so she has eczema as well, and if she uses aluminium deodorant, it's not good for her. Like, it causes her to have a rash, it's very irritating, stuff like that. So the Glossier one is saying that they don't have that in it. They have bicarb of soda instead, I believe, to help neutralise odour, but it is not something that will stop you sweating. I think that's right. Don't quote me on that. Don't, just fucking forget I even said that. And I'm like, okay, I get it. If there's people who have reactions to normal kind of deodorant, then I can see why this might seem appealing to them. But there is also part of me that's like, Glossier, you are kind of buying into that clean beauty bullshit, I have to say. It would be nice if they'd done a normal version and then like an aluminium, a non-aluminium version with a bicarb in it. Because I think people who want the deodorant, they do want it to also be something that's going to keep them fresh. And, you know, deodorant is just smelly, isn't it? Deodorant is just something that keeps the fragrance. Antiperspirant is the thing that stops you sweating. So it's not that, it's a deodorant, so we can't like expect it to perform miracles if that's not what it's claiming to do. Will I be buying it? Absolutely fucking not. Alright, next up is from Charlotte Tilbury, and it is the Matte Beauty Blush Wand. I've seen a lot of people talking about this. I've seen a lot of people sharing this as well. There's a lot of people like to jump on the train about Charlotte Tilbury. But I'm going to be honest with you, I couldn't be least interested about this. Although, it is kind of in keeping with what I was saying about I think matte is coming back. I definitely think it is. This photo here, I'm like, okay, I see it, blah, 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 blush wand. I'm sure they're lovely. I would love to try them in real life and see what they're like. But what I was actually thinking was, see the picture of Jessica Chastain? I'm kind of like, there's nothing about her blush that really is making me be like, oh, I want to ask her what her blush is and I would like to know what she's got on her face. I think she looks pretty. I think she looks well sculpted. She's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. But the cheeks, like there's nothing on the cheeks that's instantly making me want to go, oh, what blush have you got on? Like, it's a bit underwhelming, if I'm honest with you. Very natural, and if that's what you're into, then that's fine. You'll probably really, really like these. But personally, I'm just really not fussed for these. I'm not bothered at all. I still prefer that Super Duper Luminous, like, yeah, okay, I've got super highlight on today. Don't take me. If you're new around here, this is not what I normally look like. I was just having a little fun with makeup today and decided to paint my face a little bit like a clown. But as a general rule of thumb, I like a little bit of soft, sweaty glow here, a little bit of a soft, lit from within kind of glow, not what's going on today. And I just feel like this for me is just not something I'm interested in. So although they look interesting, I'm sure they'll be beautiful, just not for me, and probably should I pass. So I take it these are releases from Fenty for Valentine's Day, and it's new shades of red. Is it, what do you call it? What's their little lipstick case called? So this, here's my thing about this. I've always got a thing about something. But they obviously brought out the lipstick case and then you would buy the bullets individually. Oh, for fucking eco-friendly reasons. Whatever the fuck. But I feel like, well, now you've brought out a red version of the case and then you're gonna bring it out, and I just think people are not gonna get through a bullet that quickly that they're then gonna need to buy a new red one or a new nude lipstick. Like, I don't get through lipsticks that fast, and even if you were somebody who used the lipstick every single day of your life and it was the same colour, I still think it's going to take you a long time to get through a bullet of lipstick. And what do you do with the other ones in the spare? Like, do they come with a lid? I'm sure they do. I'm sure they're all very safe. But now they're bringing out a red case for Valentine's Day, and you're to buy that as well. So I'm just like, your eco-sustainability bullshit. Just say it as it is. You're bringing out a nice red lipstick, you're bringing out a nice red case. It's Valentine's Day, and people like pink and red on Valentine's Day. Just say it like it is. The interchangeable lipstick case, all that stuff, just leave it. Just leave it at the door. Thanks. Now, I'm not saying that the actual, like you can see here in this picture, like there's the little bullet and then you put it inside the other bit. Oh, they've got a black one too. Do I just take back everything I said because they've got a black one? Oh, I am such a fucking good for anything that's black. I'm such a sucker. I will not buy it, but I have to say that it's a sexy lip case. Like, if that was just a normal lipstick and it was in black, I'd be like, yeah, give me that. But I don't need a separate case buying all the other bits. No, just no, it's not for me, thanks. Alright, so I've seen this as well. This is from Ariana Grande's brand, RM Beauty. Not a brand that I've ever been interested in trying. And I think this is this a Valentine's release? No, this is coming out on January the 18th. So not Valentine's at all. And this is the Thank You Next RM Beauty collection. And I'm like, okay, fine. I feel like something about this brand is just like not right. And I mean that in the sense that I didn't like the packaging and stuff, because to me it looks like straight up sporty girl makeup from Claire's Accessories. Like, I don't know. I just don't like it. But what I will say is it's just cheap and nasty looking. It really just is. And as far as I know, Ariana Grande does own, well, not her personally, but she's not owned. Like, unless you're not aware of it, former brands have went into bankruptcy, and former brands were, I want to say, like the incubator for this brand, but they do not own like creative control or anything like that, and she will get all her money back now that they are going to be bankrupt. But I feel like as if this is not going to be a brand that lasts. I just can't see it being a brand that lasts. It's too niche, And the people who are maybe buying this stuff at the moment are going to grow out of this and be like, oh, it's not really for me anymore. I just think this is very trend makeup, and I think it should be a lot cheaper than it actually is. And for me, this is definitely a shite, and I will pass on it. Oh, here's another one. Dyson celebrating Asian Lunar New Year. Shite! So Tom Ford is releasing new cherry perfumes, which is very interesting because if you are following By Sarah Kate over on Instagram, she does something called SK Recreate, and she gives you a prompt every week, and then you go off that prompt and you decide kind of, right, what makeup am I going to do? And her prompt was one of the Tom Ford cherry fragrances. And basically this is cherry smoke and electric cherry. I have to say cherry smoke, I've never even smelled it yet, but that wording, that sounds like it's up my street. I also have to say the little palette and the lipsticks, the dark one, the kind of deep cherry lipstick looks absolutely gorgeous. The palette looks lovely. I've only tried one Tom Ford palette in my life. I'm going to put the video up in the corner there. Am I going to buy a quad for 70 quid? No, probably not, because they were beautiful shadows, but I just didn't think that a quad was worth a whole 70. It didn't blow my socks off enough. But I do think that is a really nice colour story. I think it's very, very pretty. I feel like what's missing out of Tom Ford's quads, and the same goes for the one I've used, it's very dark. Now, is that because it's the cherry smoke or what? But like the bottom two shades, they're practically the same colour, right? And I know this is a photo, maybe they look completely different in real life, but they're really not that different. And I'm like, where's your lighter shade? Where's your shade to kind of change things up a little bit? I feel like you're really only going to be able to achieve a certain look with palettes like this, like the Glossier monochromes for instance. They're all essentially the same colour of shadow, but they are in different textures. So you're not going to get anything too different with each eye look that you create, but they aren't £70 a palette. So yeah, not for me, Tom. Thanks very much. Oh, right, okay, I seen this one earlier. Jeffree Star is releasing the Wyoming winter collection. Why? My question is why? What do I need this for? Basically, it has a hand salve, a restorative cream moisturizer, a body butter, Magic Star recovery face oil, and the Wyoming winter lip oil. It's all skincare. What I'm going to say is, like, I'm not a fan of Jeffree Star, I never have been. I think I've made that quite clear in this channel, but I did read the comments under this, because there was something like 400 odd, what is there now actually? 543 comments under this. The majority of people were like, why do you keep giving him a platform? Why do we keep talking about Jeffree Star? He's like, get him in the bin, he's shite. But a lot of the comments were saying just how good the products were, that actually they worked really, really well, and if it wasn't for his particularly peppered past, people would buy them, which I found very, very interesting. So there is part of me that's like, if this was from another brand, would I want to try it? I have dry skin in the winter, you know, would I want to give it a go? But I have to say, even if this was from another brand, so let's say it was from the likes of ELF or an indie brand or something like that, and they brought it out, I don't think this would turn my head, because it's pretty chunky, plasticky, it's a bit gaudy, if I'm honest with you, and that's just not my thing. I mean, like the what is this? Oh god, I can't tell what that is. There's like some sort of big diamond looking thing, which might be the moisturizer, I don't know. And I'm just like, no, that's not for me. I don't even want that sitting on my vanity. I don't want it in my bathroom. I don't want it anywhere. And it doesn't matter that it says Jeffree Star on it. I just don't like the packaging. It's just not for me. So it's a hard pass for me, not into it. But also, can we just put this person in the bin? I've had enough. See this here, this is from, is it Florasis? I can't print it. Oh, sorry. This is like a fan, and I've seen this brand before, and a lot of the stuff that they do is very intricate and very beautiful, and the packaging is just something else. And the lipsticks, like some of the lipsticks are like works of art within themselves, and I think they are absolutely beautiful. What I will say is though, the actual colours and stuff in the pans are a little underwhelming. Like, they don't speak to me. This one here is absolutely beautiful. Look at that. It's stunning. And the red in the middle. Oh. But realistically, I'm like, that is a colour story. If they didn't look like that, would I be as intrigued? Probably not. But I do think they're very, very, look at, I mean, those lipsticks, look at that. So they have this new fan palette coming out, but again, the colours in that, if they were a different shape, they were embossed, would I care? Probably not. Undone Beauty, they are doing mega creams in 4-in-1 colour. Hello? Oh, they look lovely. They kind of look like what Danessa Myricks brought out, the bigger palettes that she had, doesn't it? She had like kind of blush palettes like that, didn't she? Or face palettes like that. They look really nice. 18 quid. Oh, well, $18. Do we get Undone Beauty here in the UK? I will have to look into that because those look very, very interesting. Those could be things that I could want to purchase. I'm going to look into that. Alright, and so to finish things off here, ELF are releasing a Good Vibes Only collection. I actually really like the colours in this. Although they're not colours that I would instantly gravitate towards, they are interesting. They're not like just the same shit everybody else is bringing out now. I feel like, and I'm going to say this and she might be like, I don't want to be associated with that, but I feel like this looks to me like Gillian Dawson. This just looks exactly like Gillian Dawson to me. If Gillian Dawson was to release a makeup collab collection, I just feel like it might be like this. I feel like that is her vibe. Even though she wears really colourful eye makeup and really colourful, exciting, glittery things, she just has this air of 70s, 60s cool about her. So yeah, I think that's quite a cute collection. A Shroom Lip Balm, Soft Velvet Primer. There's two little palettes, which actually, I think the colours in the palettes are very, very pretty. And then there's little face stickers and a little sponge to take your makeup off. Some really nice brushes. That's cute. I think that's a really cute collection for ELF. I think that's quite sweet. And actually, I said that was going to be the last one, but I realised that Hip Dot, oh, Hip Dot are releasing a collection with Evanescence, which to me, this just screams my not quite my teenage years, but at least 13 or 14-year-old me's years. Yeah, I have no interest in buying this, and I'm someone who used to quite like Evanescence, well, at least that one song that they had. Yeah, it's funny. Hip Dot are funny. Like, I don't know. I know they've done it with, what do you call it as well, didn't they? My Chemical Romance. Yeah, I don't think this is for me anyway, but we shall see. When it comes out, I'll see if I'm interested or not. And that is where I'm going to leave it, because Alan is on his way back with the little man. He just phoned me to say they were on their way home, so I'm going to go and give him a little bath, get this all off my face because I'm looking a little bit mad and you probably think, Mum, why do you look like a clown? I hope you've enjoyed this, just a little bit of fun. Again, please don't take anything too seriously here. If you have liked any of the stuff that I've just absolutely slated, it is okay. I probably still very much like you as a person if you give me a chance. Go on, give me a chance. Just go ahead and do it. Anyway, leave your comments, all that kind of stuff down below. Let me know what you would like to see from me. If you would like more videos like this in the future, please comment and like down below, and I will see you all again in the next one. Bye.